welcome to the Deep Dive. We got some really interesting sources shared with us recently, all focusing on, well, why learning English seems so important these days. We've gone through that YouTube transcript you sent, and our mission today is basically to pull out the main reasons why English can be, such a big deal for you.
Exactly. And we're not just talking grammar. The material, it covers quite a bit. Personal experiences, some really practical advice, and just the big picture benefits.
Right. We want to synthesize that.
Yeah, pull out what really matters for someone considering this.
Absolutely. Like how it's not just another language, but more like the global language. We'll get into its role in business, the internet.
Oh, definitely the internet.
And maybe some surprising things like it being official in over 50 countries. That's a lot. So, shall we dive in?
Let's do it. Starting with that big picture seems right. The source material is pretty clear on English having this unique global status.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. The transcript doesn't just say it's common, it calls it a global language.
Which feels accurate.
It does. And it backs it up, mentioning it's official in, like you said, over 50 countries. The big ones, US, UK, Canada, Australia.
And that official status, it kind of ripples outwards, doesn't it? It's not just for government stuff.
No, exactly.
The transcript points to international business, travel, politics. It's often the default language, the common ground.
Just makes practical sense, right?
Yeah.
The source used that example. You're in a hotel in, say, Japan, or maybe an airport in France. Even if you don't speak the local language, chances are pretty high you'll find someone who speaks English.
It acts as that bridge. It smooths things over, whether you're, closing a deal, working on a science project, or just trying to find the train station.
Right. It simplifies so many interactions for you on a global scale.
English has sort of taken on that role, for better or worse.
And speaking of global, the internet. That was another big point in the transcript. English as the language of the internet.
Yeah, that's huge today. It raises the question for you. Just how much of the online world runs on English?
A lot, apparently. The source suggests most websites, social media apps, they're either in English primarily or it's a main option.
It's pretty staggering. Even smaller sites often use English to reach more people.
So what's the takeaway there for you navigating online?
Well, it means understanding English basically unlocks this vast digital world for you. Research, news, entertainment, learning resources. The sheer volume available in English is just enormous. If you're limited to other languages, you're missing out on a significant chunk.
It's not just volume either, is it? It's often where new information appears first.
That's a great point. Cutting-edge research, tech developments, they often get published or discussed in English initially. So for you as a learner, it can be a real advantage.
Okay, so global presence, internet dominance, check. Let's shift to how this actually helps you personally. Opportunities. The transcript talks a lot about careers.
Yeah, and interestingly, it's not just about the huge multinational companies, Google, Amazon, Microsoft.
But Bill mentions those too.
It does. But it also highlights how English skills can matter even in local businesses for you.
That example was spot on customer service or sales dealing with international clients.
Exactly. Suddenly, knowing English makes you a more valuable employee for that company. Even basic English can make a difference there.
And then thinking bigger picture for your career, studying abroad comes up.
Definitely. If you're dreaming of, say, Harvard, Oxford, MIT, English isn't just helpful, it's usually required. It's the entry ticket, basically.
It really is. And that applies to so many fields now, especially tech like AI or cybersecurity, the documentation, the collaboration. It's mostly in English.
It's fundamental for entry and advancement in those areas for you.
And beyond getting into university, being fluent helps you actually participate, right? Lectures, discussions.
Social life, too. And the transcript also mentioned things like international conferences or global projects.
Yeah, imagine being at a conference and being able to easily connect with people from all over.
That networking potential, sharing ideas, learning new things, it can really accelerate your professional growth.
Okay, beyond jobs. The transcript called English the language of knowledge. That really struck me.
Yeah, the idea that so much information is primarily in English for you. Most books, articles, research papers, especially in academia, English dominates.
And it's not just dusty old papers. It mentioned practical things like Wikipedia, Coursera, YouTube tutorials.
Right. You want to learn almost anything. Chances are there's a ton of English material available for you.
The source gave specific examples too, like NASA for space stuff or expert blogs for business insights.
It just underlines that for many specialized fields, English is how you access the latest info and stay current.
Makes sense. Okay, so work, study, but what about, the fun stuff? Entertainment and culture were mentioned too.
Yeah, access to Hollywood movies, English music, books by authors like, who did it mention? J.K. Rowling, George Orwell.
Right. It's a gateway to a massive amount of creative work for you.
And it's not just passive consumption, is it? Watching a film or reading a book in the original language, you pick up nuances.
Subtleties, cultural references.
Yeah.
Things that might get lost in translation.
Exactly. It can give you a much richer understanding, like catching the specific type of British humor in a film, for instance.
Yeah.
That deepens the cultural appreciation for you.
Totally. And building on that cultural connection, the transcript talks about making new friends. The social side.
Right. Breaking down barriers. It mentions social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, where English is often that common language connecting people globally for you. And it's interesting how shared interests can bridge the gap, too.
Like those online groups, cooking, photography, gaming.
Yeah. You connect over a shared passion, and English just becomes the tool you use to communicate about it.
And that interaction builds confidence, doesn't it? It's a positive cycle for you.
It really is. Which leads nicely into the final benefit mentioned in this section, personal growth.
This is more internal, right?
Yes. Yeah, the confidence boost. The source talks about those small wins, watching a movie without subtitles for the first time, or writing an email successfully.
That sense of accomplishment.
Definitely. And apparently, learning a language can even sort of rewire your brain a bit, enhance cognitive flexibility, maybe help you see things from different angles.
Become more open-minded, the transcript suggested. Seeing the world through a slightly different lens for you.
Exactly. It challenges your assumptions. So, okay, we've laid out all these compelling whys, but the big question for you is, how do you actually start?
Right. All those benefits sound great, but where's step one? The transcript gave some really practical advice here, starting with the basics.
Yeah, the key is focusing on everyday stuff for you. Simple greetings, hello, good morning, how are you, thank you.
And using them.
Using them daily and learning names for common things around you, chair, table, book, maybe even labeling items at home. Make it tangible.
Okay, build that foundation. Then it moved on to practice, specifically speaking daily.
Which can feel awkward at first, right?
Totally.
So it suggests talking to yourself, describing what you're doing. I am cooking dinner. Or your thoughts. This book is interesting.
Yeah. Low pressure practice for you. It also mentioned talking to friends or family who know English.
Or recording yourself.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one for spotting issues. And the transcript was reassuring about mistakes.
Very important. Mistakes are just part of learning. It's about progress, not perfection for you.
Then the advice was, use simple sentences. Keep it manageable for beginners.
Absolutely. Start small. I am happy. I like apples. Short, easy sentences.
Get comfortable with those first.
Yeah, build confidence with those simple structures, and then you can gradually expand them later. I am happy because it's sunny today.
Okay. Next up was listen and repeat.
This taps into how we naturally learn language, doesn't it?
Seems like it. Watching beginner-friendly videos or shows, listening carefully.
And then actively repeating what you hear. It helps with pronunciation, rhythm, intonation, getting the music of the language right for you.
Which is just as important as the words sometimes.
Definitely. Then it talked about vocabulary building, but doing it gradually.
Right, not trying to learn hundreds of words at once, just a few new ones each day.
Yeah, related to your daily life, food, actions, feelings, and crucially, using them in sentences right away for you. Active recall, not just memorizing lists.
Got it. Then practicing with questions and answers.
This makes it more dynamic, gets you thinking on your feet in English for you.
Like practicing basic exchanges. What is your name? My name is.
Exactly. Answering in full sentences, it builds that conversational muscle.
Okay, and then integrating it all. Use English in daily life.
Making it a habit, little things, greeting people, writing your shopping list in English, even just trying to think in English sometimes.
Like, I am cutting vegetables while you're cooking.
Yeah. Immerse yourself as much as possible, even in small ways for you. It also recommended joining language groups or classes.
For that community aspect.
Yeah, practicing with others, getting feedback, staying motivated, whether it's in person or online.
That support can make a big difference. And finally, a really important one. Be patient and stay consistent.
Crucial advice. Learning takes time. Don't get discouraged.
Set small goals, celebrate the wins.
Exactly. Keep showing up. It's key for you.
Right. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Okay, so you put in the effort, you're consistent. What are the rewards when you actually become fluent? The transcript detailed some big ones, starting with easier travel.
Oh yeah, this is a big motivator for many people like you. Fluency just removes so many barriers: airports, hotels, restaurants.
Asking for directions, ordering food, chatting with locals.
It just makes the whole experience smoother, more confident, more enjoyable for you. You can engage more deeply.
Definitely transforms travel. Then it mentioned building relationships.
This goes deeper than just basic communication for you. It's about genuine connection.
Across cultures.
Yeah, understanding different perspectives, sharing ideas, forming real friendships, maybe even professional links across borders. English often makes that possible on a larger scale for you. It's about understanding and, like the transcript said, celebrating diversity for you. Okay, then the impact on confidence.
Mastering a language is a big achievement. The source rightly points out this self-esteem boost for you.
Overcoming that barrier, expressing yourself clearly.
It feels good. And that confidence often carries over into other parts of your life, personal and professional.
Yeah, it empowers you,
Yeah.
which connects back to career growth and opportunities.
Right. The source revisits this, emphasizing English as a valuable job skill for you. More opportunities, potential for advancement, better networking.
It gives you a competitive edge.
In our interconnected world, absolutely. It can open doors to a wider range of possibilities, potentially better pay, too, for you.
And then education and learning again, but as a reward of fluency.
Yeah, fluency really unlocks that world of knowledge we talked about earlier for you. Top universities, online courses, research papers.
Access to lifelong learning.
Basically, yes.
And finally, the transcript bundled some things under personal development.
Broader benefits, like improved critical thinking, problem-solving skills, cultural awareness, just from the process of learning, plus enjoying global entertainment in its original form.
Right, understanding the nuances. Okay, so those are the rewards. But to keep improving towards fluency, the transcript had more specific tips for fluent learning. It expanded on listen and learn.
Yeah, getting more specific for you. Using podcasts, audiobooks on topics you enjoy, listening to music, focusing on lyrics for rhythm and pronunciation.
Movies and TV shows, too.
Using subtitles maybe first, then trying without, repeating lines to mimic pronunciation, like shadowing almost.
Rioing.
Yeah, like trying to copy a speaker's intonation and rhythm exactly. It really helps you sound more natural, watching a short news clip and mimicking it right after.
Okay, active imitation. Then it elaborated on read daily.
Starting simple kids' books, short articles, then moving to news, blogs, novels.
And actively working with the text.
Highlighting new words, keeping a notebook, using them in your own sentences. It builds vocabulary and comprehension, helps you start thinking in English for you.
That progression seems smart. Yeah. It also revisited practice with friends, with more detail.
Like finding a dedicated study partner for regular chats. Setting specific topics to discuss routines, hobbies, news.
Using online communities, too.
Definitely. Connecting with learners globally for practice, that interaction is vital for you.
Makes sense. And expanding on joining classes or groups.
It mentioned the value of professional guidance in classes, grammar, pronunciation help, but also language exchange groups for just practicing conversation.
And online courses or apps.
Yeah, things like Duolingo, Babbel, for flexibility. The point is finding structured learning and practice opportunities that work for you.
Right, finding your fit. And again, that reminder to be patient with yourself.
So important. Celebrating the small steps, learning a new phrase, having that first simple conversation. Don't fear mistakes.
Keep practicing consistently, even if it's just 15 minutes.
Exactly. Stay positive. Remember why you started this journey for you.
And then there was that sort of additional tips section, a real grab bag.
Yeah, lots of useful techniques for you. Flashcards for vocab and actually reviewing them.
Journaling in English.
Great for writing practice and organizing thoughts in English. Shadowing native speakers again came up. Learning common phrases for specific situations, shopping, ordering food.
Practical stuff.
And that watch and repeat technique with videos. It's about using a mix of methods to keep it interesting and cover different skills for you.
Experimenting to see what clicks for you. Finally, it talked about creating a routine.
Yeah, making it structured and consistent for you. The source gave a sample. Maybe vocab in the morning, reading afternoon, listening, speaking, practice evening.
Longer sessions on weekends, maybe?
Right, like group discussions or writing practice. Having some kind of routine helps ensure you cover all bases and make steady progress.
Turns it from a big task into a manageable habit for you. And that really underscored the final point, the power of consistency.
Absolutely. Small, regular efforts add up way more than occasional cramming sessions for you. It builds momentum, builds confidence,
It's that marathon idea again. Patience, dedication.
and trying to enjoy the process. Reaching fluency takes time.
So, wrapping up this deep dive, the message from the transcript is pretty clear. English really functions as this kind of global key for you.
Unlocking so many doors, personally and professionally.
And it's not some impossible dream. The source laid out very practical, doable steps you can start with.
Emphasizing that it's the consistent effort, even small bits daily, that gets you there in the end.
So as you're listening, thinking about all these benefits, travel, career, knowledge, connections, maybe consider which ones really speak to you. Perhaps now's the time to try just one of those learning techniques we discussed. Really think about how learning English could specifically change things for you.